The silence of the night is shattered by a scream. Emma wakes up drenched in sweat and freezes. On the other side of the bed lies someone. A clear outline of a man's body, his chest rising and falling slowly. Her heart pounds so loudly it echoes through the darkness. She whispers, "Ryan?" The shadow turns its head. For a split second, caught in the light from the street lamp, Emma sees a face. Her own face staring back at her from the dark. She gasps and flips on the light. The bed is empty. Only the blanket is still warm, as if someone really had been there. She covers her face with trembling hands. The night has just begun. A beam of sunlight slips through the blinds. Emma sits at the edge of the bed, wrapped in a blanket. Her eyes are red. She hasn't slept until dawn. A mug of coffee rests in her hands, the steam long gone. In the mirror across the room, her tired face stares back. She studies it carefully, as if checking whether something has changed. Every movement feels foreign. A faint noise outside, footsteps from the neighbors. She flinches, hearing that same sound from last night. Her phone buzzes. On the screen, Ryan. Emma stares at it motionless, then turns it face down. The cafe smells of fresh pastries, but Emma barely touches her food. Across from her sits her friend Sarah, bright, loud, too cheerful for this morning. "You're just exhausted," Sarah says, sipping her cappuccino. "After the divorce, all that stress, you're probably just seeing things." Emma stays silent. She looks out the window, reflections of people and cars sliding by. And suddenly, among them, that same silhouette flickers. Just for a second, but it sends a chill down her spine. "He was in my bed," Emma says quietly. Sarah freezes. "Who?" "Me." Emma lifts her eyes. "I saw myself." Emma walks down the empty hallway of her old apartment. Memories flash like fragments of an old film reel. Ryan laughing, putting on a record, pulling her into a dance. Then shouting, breaking glass, a mug shattered on the floor. He storms out, the door slamming shut. That sound still lives in her head. Emma opens the closet. His old shirt still hangs there. It smells like him. She presses the fabric to her face, tears welling up. A sound behind her. She spins around. No one's there. Only the mirror in the hallway, and in the reflection, her hands are trembling harder than in real life. Dr. Howard's office glows with the soft light of a dusk lamp. Emma sits across from him, hands clenched tightly. "When do you feel the shadow near you?" he asks calmly. "At night. When I wake up, I can feel breathing." "Who's breathing?" "Mine, but not inside me. It's beside me." "Are you afraid to sleep?" "Yes, because when I close my eyes," she looks at him, "I feel it waiting." "Who?" "The shadow." "Perhaps," the doctor says gently, "you're seeing something your mind hasn't let go of yet." "You mean Ryan?" "I mean yourself." Night. The house sinks into darkness. Emma lies still, the streetlight casting narrow beams across the wall. Silence, then a faint creak of floorboards. Her heart tightens. In the mirror across the bed, a dark figure appears. It moves, slowly, closer. Emma freezes, tears welling up. "Go away," she whispers. The figure comes nearer. She flicks on the lamp. The light floods the room. No one. But on the pillow beside her, an indentation, as if someone had just been there. The next morning, Emma sets a small camera on her nightstand, adjusts the angle, does a test recording. "Let's see what you are," she mutters. Night falls fast. The camera blinks red. Emma pretends to sleep. A minute passes, then 2. The camera picks up motion. From the corner of the room, a figure emerges as if forming out of darkness. It stops beside the bed, leans closer. Emma opens her eyes and stares straight into nothing. The screen cuts to black. Morning. Emma watches the footage. The video shakes, but it's clear. The shadow is real. It approaches the bed, and for a second, a face is visible. Emma pauses, zooms in. Her heart skips. On the screen, it's her. Emma herself standing by her bed, watching her sleeping body. She stumbles back, the mug falling to the floor. "No," she whispers. From the speakers, a faint rustling sound. The camera is still recording. On the screen, the shadow turns its head and looks straight into the lens. Evening. Emma stands outside the old house where Ryan now lives. He opens the door, surprised but calm. "Emma?" "I saw you," she says, voice trembling. At night, in my house." He frowns. "I wasn't there. I left the city." She studies his face, tired but guiltless. "You look terrible," he adds softly. "Maybe you need help." Emma steps back. "I recorded it. Show me." She opens her laptop. The screen is black. The file is gone. Emma hasn't slept for 3 nights. Shadows from passing cars crawl across the walls. She closes the curtains, but darkness doesn't leave. It's inside her. In the mirror, her face stares back, but the eyes move a moment later than hers. "Go away," she whispers. The reflection smiles. She hits the mirror. Crack. Shards scatter across the floor, each reflecting her eyes. Behind her, there's breathing. Emma sits across from Dr. Howard, pale and exhausted. "I saw myself." "Are you sure it was you?" he asks. "Yes." She was angry and happy at the same time. "What did she say?" "Nothing, but I heard her breathing instead of mine." The doctor writes in his notebook, "Sometimes to survive, the mind builds a mirror. But if you stared too long, it starts to stare back." Emma smiles faintly. "It's too late, doctor." "Why?" "Because it's already here." The camera faces the bed. Emma is in frame, pale, red-eyed, but calm. "I understand now," she whispers. "It didn't come for me. It came instead of me." A noise outside. Curtains sway and the room seems to breathe. Emma lifts her gaze. On the wall behind her, a shadow takes form. It grows darker, solid, matching her shape. Emma doesn't move. Her lips barely part. It's time. The shadow steps forward and merges with her, like a film overlay. For a brief moment, 2 figures become one, and then only the shadow remains. The camera keeps recording. A few seconds later, the shadow turns toward the lens. Emma's voice, faint but not from her mouth, "I'm home." The screen fades to black.